you're new, I'm Alyssia. I am doing Whole30 this month. I know some of you are too, and I thought it might be fitting to share some Whole30 packaged snacks. Not snack ideas like recipes, but actual snacks that you can buy from the store. Of course, the goal with Whole30 is to eat more whole foods, and I try to do that as much as possible, but sometimes we've got to travel or grab and go, and it's good to have something on hand for those moments so you can stay compliant and on track and not end up turning to something that's not on the menu this month. That is when these snacks come into play. I have got some that are Whole30 approved, meaning Whole30 has endorsed the brand or snack, and some that are Whole30 compliant, meaning they fit into the rules but aren't connected to the Whole30 brand. I've got a few categories to go through and a lot of snacks to show you along the way, over 25 of them, so let's get to it. First up, meat snacks, sticks, bars, and jerky. Packaged snack foods are typically going to be higher in carbohydrates like potatoes, grains, or sugar, and often refined at that. But there has been an emergence of protein-packed snacks the past year or two, which makes it easier to get some satiating fuel out of snack instead of something that is going to spike your insulin. Some of my favorites are Chomp's meat sticks. They have beef, venison, and turkey sticks, and there are loads of different flavors too. They are super tasty, Whole30 approved, and easy to pack for travel or grab and go. The new Primal also have some jerky, which is super clean and sweetened with coconut aminos, which is awesome. Epic also has a line of meat bars. Not all are Whole30 compliant, so you really have to read the label, as some use brown sugar or honey. I've found that these are good for emergencies, but they're not my favorite. In my opinion, some are overly salted and some need more salt, but it could be worth trying a few out to find what's right for you. They also have a few jerky options. Again, check the labels, and I do like the jerky better than the bars personally. Wild Zora has some Whole30 approved meat and veggie bars, and I am not gonna lie, they are very tasty. But do they count as veggies? Not in my book. There's a very small amount of red bell pepper and some kale and celery, which are vegetables, but the tomato, apricots, and dates are fruits that provide more sugar. So while these are great for on-the-go instances and the protein will help keep you full, I try not to get too attached to the fact that these do include some vegetables in the ingredients. It's definitely not like snacking on broccoli in meat form. Ayobayo, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but they have a biltong, which is Whole30 compliant. It does use a Worcestershire sauce, but all of the ingredients in it are also compliant, so it's good to go. I'm sorry, the package that I bought has the expiration date stamped right over that ingredients list, so you can't really see it, but trust me. And it's pretty much a thin beef jerky, but it's air dried and super tender. Next, there are your regular fruit or fruit and nut-based bars. These aren't going to keep you as full because they're mostly sugar, even if it is natural, unlike the protein and fat that will keep you more satisfied, but they're good for emergency options. Lara bars are probably my favorite and the most common. I didn't actually used to like them, but as my palate has adjusted and I eat more whole foods, they've become my favorite option. Super simple ingredients, and just be sure to check the labels for compliant flavors because they don't all make the Whole30 cut. My favorite two are cashew cookie and apple pie, but there are a few other compliant options as well. And they even offer some of the flavors with these mini bars now, which I love for when I need something small in an emergency, but don't necessarily need the whole bar. RX bars are also good. I like the flavors of these, but I will say the texture sort of gets stuck in my teeth. They do have some really fun compliant flavors though. They also have kids bars now, which are a little bit smaller and also different flavors. That's It also has a line of fruit-based bars with just 2 ingredients. And Epic, the people who make those meat bars, also make a date-based bar with egg whites. It's lemon flavored though, and I am not huge on lemon, so I haven't tried it, but it is Whole30 compliant. Of course, you've also got nuts and seeds as healthy snack options, but I really try to use these in moderation. It's very easy for me to overdo it on nuts and nut butter. I usually go for a raw nut butter on Whole30 so I don't have to worry about oils. Remember, a lot of nut butters and nuts use oils that are either not recommended or off limits during Whole30. Same goes for roasted nuts. As a reminder, corn oil, rice bran oil, soybean oil, and peanut oil are off limits. Options like safflower, sunflower, canola, grapeseed, and sesame oils are encouraged to be used in limited amounts or when absolutely needed, like if you're eating out. I am obsessed with this brand of pumpkin seeds. They have a few flavors, but the garlicky dill is so good. And it's cool because they actually use no oil at all, just seeds, vinegar, and seasonings, which is awesome. Snacks are tricky on Whole30 because remember, a big part of the program is your mindset. So chips, tortillas, pancakes, etc. They're all off limits in any form, even if they're healthy, because the point is to get you away from turning to healthier versions of those less healthy foods. That way we can enjoy and appreciate food in its whole food form during this 30 days. But there are still some compliant options that might work depending on your personal mindset, journey, and needs. Sea snacks, for instance, is organic seaweed that's been roasted and is definitely Whole30 compliant. It's not even really a chip, so it's not so bad. Pork rinds get a little bit questionable, but Epic does make a line of pork rinds with some compliant flavors. I am not personally nuts about pork rinds of any kind, but for those of you who are. Coconut chips by Dang. These are unsweetened and compliant. It is easy to overdo it with them like it is with chips, but I try to use them as toppings to a meal or on a side rather than eat them straight out of the bag. But it has happened, I'm not gonna lie. And as Melissa says in her Food Freedom Forever book, sometimes we just have to let good enough be good enough. And in those cases, I would rather have the coconut chips on hand than the Pringles. And there's also these Go Raw snacks. Many of these are not Whole30 compliant, but the pizza flavor is. This is a full-on snack, so it's definitely questionable. I'd say probably you're not breaking your Whole30 if you eat one, but if you're eating them regularly and trying to fill some other unhealthy snack food void, it's probably not great to keep these on your Whole30 menu. And the last section I've got for you here are fruit and veggie-based snacks. Applesauce in any form is good to keep on hand. I also like it to bake with, but it can certainly be a snack too. The squeeze packs are great for on the go. The ones with cinnamon are really flavorful. I assume you are not a baby if you're watching this video and doing Whole30, but a lot of baby food options out there now are actually quite clean, and they're just fruit purees, so they're great for adults that need something compliant on the go. Of course, always read the label because some do include other non-compliant ingredients. Dried fruit can be another option. I really like the Sunsweet dates, prunes, and apricots, but again, dried fruit is similar to nuts and it really depends on the person. If you tend to overdo it on dried fruit, you may want to keep it off your menu for the 30 days. There's also freeze-dried fruit, which typically only has one ingredient, but you really need to treat it as you would actual fruit, not chips. Those little mango slices are teeny, and it is a lot easier to eat 3 mangoes worth of dried fruit than 3 full fresh mangoes. Same goes for banana, apple, and carrot chips or something similar. They might only have one ingredient, but it's a lot easier to eat in excess than you would if you were eating actual bananas, apples, and carrots, which by the way, all 3 of those are super portable as is. When people ask for easy on-the-go snacks, often the truth is that fruits and veggies can be super portable and the healthiest option too. I also love olive packs. These are from Trader Joe's. With just a serving of olives, they're perfect for keeping in my purse or bag, and olives are higher in fat and lower in carbs, so they're going to affect your blood sugar less and keep you a little more satisfied than a sugary fruit option. Guacamole packs are also awesome. Packing some vegetable sticks with one of these guac packs is a great way to actually eat more veggies, but also to get in some healthy fat to keep you full. So I hope you found these snack options helpful. We went through quite a lot, so it was kind of fast, but I hope you got some ideas and were able to see that there's no reason to feel restricted. Whole30, for me at least, is really about reconnecting with whole foods and improving my relationship with food. So less snacking is really better the further I get through the month, but we're human and life is happening, so it's better to be prepared than not. If you have other Whole30 compliant snack foods that you'd like to share, please leave them in the comments. I'm sure others would love to learn more. I will see you tomorrow with a brand new episode, and remember, especially during your Whole30, it's all a matter of mind over munch.